Imagine a war so desperate that scientists were ordered to dream beyond the limits of their age. Rockets that could cross continents, cannons that could strike from hundreds of miles away, aircraft shaped like flying saucers, even whispers of a bomb to rival the power of the sun. During the final years of the Second World War, Nazi Germany poured enormous resources into a series of wonder weapons, or Wunderwaffe, that promised to turn defeat into victory. Some of these weapons were very real, others barely left the drawing board, and a few still inspire conspiracy theories to this day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated with our latest videos. The term Wunderwaffe was more than a military code. It was a propaganda tool created by Joseph Goebbels to keep the German population hopeful as the Allies closed in. Beginning in 1943, Nazi officials claimed that revolutionary technology would soon arrive to smash the enemy and secure a miraculous turnaround. Newspapers and radio broadcasts teased secret projects, new rockets, invisible aircraft, unstoppable submarines that would change the course of the war. Many citizens clung to these promises, while Allied intelligence raced to discover which rumors were fantasy and which were frighteningly real. Among the most famous and undeniably real projects were the V-weapons, short for Vergeltungswaffen, or reprisal weapons. The first was the V-1 flying bomb, nicknamed the Buzz Bomb for the sound of its pulse jet engine. Launched from sites in German-occupied France and the Netherlands, V-1s carried nearly a ton of explosives and could travel about 150 miles. Beginning in June 1944, thousands rained down on London and Antwerp, killing more than 20,000 civilians. The weapon was crude compared to later cruise missiles. It had limited range, a noisy engine, and poor accuracy, but it terrified populations and forced the Allies to divert enormous resources to air defense. The V-2 rocket was even more remarkable. Designed by engineer Wernher von Braun, the V-2 was the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile. Powered by liquid fuel and capable of supersonic speed, it could reach London from launch sites in Germany and strike without warning, faster than the speed of sound. Between September 1944 and March 1945, over 3,000 V-2s were fired, killing around 9,000 people. Allied fighters could not intercept them. Only the capture of launch sites slowed the attacks. After the war, both the United States and the Soviet Union seized V-2 technology and recruited German scientists, laying the groundwork for the Cold War war missile race and even the Apollo moon program. Beyond the V-weapons, the Nazis pursued other ambitious projects. The Me-262 jet fighter was the first operational jet-powered combat aircraft. With a top speed of 540 miles per hour, it outclassed every Allied plane of the era. Introduced too late and in too few numbers, it could not change the outcome of the war, but proved that jet propulsion was the future of aviation. Similarly, the Horten Ho 229 was a flying-wing jet bomber with a sleek UFO-like shape and radar-absorbing materials, an early step towards stealth technology. Allied pilots reported its ghostly silhouette, and prototypes captured at the end of the war influenced post-war aircraft design. Some projects bordered on the fantastic. Engineers worked on the Schwerer Gustav, a 1,350-ton railway cannon capable of firing a 7-ton shell nearly 30 miles. Although it saw limited use against Soviet fortifications, its immense size made it slow and vulnerable. Plans for the America bomber envisioned aircraft that could strike New York City from Europe. Designs like the rocket-powered Me-163 Comet and ramjet interceptors promised blistering speed, but were dangerous even to their own pilots. Many of these prototypes consumed precious resources without delivering battlefield success. Perhaps the most controversial rumors involve weapons that might have changed the war entirely, if they existed at all. Allied intelligence worried that Germany was developing a nuclear bomb. Scientists such as Werner Heisenberg were indeed researching nuclear fission, but historians now agree that the program suffered from technical misunderstandings, material shortages, and internal rivalries. Germany never came close to building an atomic weapon before the war ended. Then there are the persistent legends. The so-called Nazi Bell. Die Glocke, a mysterious device allegedly capable of anti-gravity flight or even time travel. Secret bases in Antarctica where flying discs were tested. Super lasers that could burn cities from space. These stories often mix fragments of genuine research with post-war speculation. For example, Germany experimented with circular aircraft and vertical takeoff jets, but no credible evidence supports tales of functioning flying saucers or time machines. Many of these myths gained traction during the Cold War, when secrecy and captured technology fueled sensational books and television programs. What is beyond doubt is that Nazi Germany invested heavily in advanced science. By 1944, as defeat loomed, Hitler demanded miracle weapons to reverse Allied gains. Massive underground facilities such as Mittelwerk in the Harz Mountains employed tens of thousands of forced laborers under brutal conditions to produce V-2 rockets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Thousands of prisoners died in these factories, a grim reminder that the Wunderwaffe program was built on suffering as well as science. Even when some weapons reached the battlefield, their impact was limited by late deployment, sabotage, and the overwhelming industrial capacity of the Allies. After Germany's surrender in 1945, the race to capture this technology began immediately. Under Operation Paperclip, the United States secretly brought more than 1,600 German scientists, including Wernher von Braun, to work on missile and space programs. The Soviet Union likewise recruited engineers and seized equipment. The jet engines, rockets, and radar systems pioneered by the Nazis became blueprints for modern military and space exploration. In this way, the wonder weapons that failed to save the Third Reich helped shape the technological landscape of the post-war world. Today, historians separate fact from fiction with careful analysis. The V-1, V-2, Me-262, and Horton Ho 229 were real and revolutionary. The America bomber, giant cannons, and rocket interceptors existed, but were largely impractical. The Nazi bell, death rays, and other sensational claims remain unproven myths, often recycled for entertainment or conspiracy theories. The true secret weapon of Nazi Germany was not a single machine, but the combination of desperate ambition, scientific talent, and ruthless exploitation of human lives. The story of Nazi secret weapons is a cautionary tale. It reminds us that technological breakthroughs are not inherently good or evil. They depend on the motives of those who wield them. The same rocket engines that once targeted London later carried astronauts to the moon. Jet propulsion, stealth design, and ballistic missiles, born in a time of war, now shape both civilian travel and global security. The line between miracle and menace is often razor thin. The legend of Nazi wonder weapons endures because it touches something primal. The fear that hidden knowledge could tip the balance of power. The thrill of imagining machines beyond our current understanding. Yet the real history is both more sobering and more fascinating than the wildest conspiracy. These weapons were not magic. They were the product of human ingenuity, political desperation, and the relentless logic of war. As we look back, the lesson is clear. Technology can inspire awe, but it cannot escape morality. The world inherited the fruits of Nazi research, but at a terrible cost, paid by millions who suffered and died. Understanding that history, separating the verified facts from the seductive myths, reminds us to question grand promises of miracle weapons wherever they appear. If you found this journey into hidden history intriguing, share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of the past. What do you think? Were the Nazis on the verge of breakthroughs we still don't fully understand? Or have all their so-called secret weapons finally been exposed to the light of truth?